off, so I don't think he'd be really that aggressive to go running up that ramp. But yeah, at least at the very least, running into the natural, containing him for a bit, and even delaying that expansion even longer. And we can see the robo finally going down, and it's over halfway done now. So
Yep, and it looks like that exit light is just going to be putting down his Nexus quite soon. No, instead opting for another warp in at the same time. Epic Laugh is going to be getting his Ghost Academy, which is a pretty sexy play coming out already. I love the early EMP rush. It's really, really neglected. And first Ghost just going to be popping out now.
So the expansion of Exit Light's just coming up as Epic Laugh's command center is now going to be landing down on the mineral patches.
And the probe does scout.
Come in, and yeah, SCV is heading over to the minerals to already just begin that mining pretty early on. Always nice to send your, transfer your workers over so that you don't waste all your main minerals when you have that other stockpile of minerals just sitting there in natural.
Yeah, and it does look like, oh no, he was supply cap for a little bit just then, but he got it, the supply depot off in time. So still some nice timing from both Epic, Lamau, and Mr. Exit Light. Actually, Lamau getting supply capped again, but it looks like his supply depot is just in time. So he's definitely got his timings down, doing well on his macro. First Immortal, just going to be chrono boosted out right now. And no extra gates.
From Exit Light now heading across the map to scout out what the Terran is doing, and yeah, it looks like he's going just completely bio so far, not really teching up at all, and
oh, he spots the Ghost though.
Just see how this works out.
And the Ghost could EMP the obs if Lamau is keen enough with his eagle eyes. But looks like that Exit Light's just going to be positioning himself, getting ready to defend. I really wanted to see him spread his sentries out so that that one EMP isn't going to be able to wipe out all the force fields, warping into more units. Instead, he's going to be clustering them up, and I really don't agree with that. Honestly, that Immortal in the back, Zelts in the front, and a nice Concave getting ready with the Observer scouting where the army is, however. It does look like that the Terran Lamau is just going to be taking control of the Zelnaga Watchtower for the time being. Nope, pushing in. Nope.
We might see it push in as he does scan on Exit Light's army.
Yeah.
See how eager he is to push
Guardian Shield going down. Oh, that beautiful EMP. A couple of force fields going off. But this Immortal's just going to be able to wreck these Marauders if he manages to right. Should be warping in on the high ground as well with some Stalkers if he can afford it. Needs to buy time for his Colossus to come out. That Robotics Bay is about halfway done. And just looking at that, that Stim really did quite a lot of damage to his own units. Immortal able to help him clean up right there, but losing the Ghost was the big loss in that match, investing 150 of each resource, and of course that wasted energy.
Yep, I don't think Epic Lamau actually judged that situation correctly, because with all those force fields saved up with the sentries and running into a choke point against Protoss, and against that many Protoss units, it wasn't really the best decision for him to do. I mean, he kind of saw it and ran back, but then he kind of ran back forward scan and lost some more units as a result of it. It's kind of questionable decision to run in there. But yeah, we'll see what he does as a result. If he's just going to make more bio or if he's going to transition out of it. He's making a factory now and another barracks, so we'll see what he does with this.
And I really like Exit Light's reaction time just then. He got 2 force fields off before that EMP hit all of his units, which is pretty sexy. Getting up a couple more gates right now. The Robotics Bay is done. And he's doing pretty damn well in his macro, I've got to say. 1 Colossus already out on the field, no lands being researched. 2nd Colossus on the way instead.
We do have that Observer just over natural. That Observer hasn't really been that active recently. He was sitting outside of the natural for ages, not really doing that much.
Yeah, he doesn't know where the army is.
Yeah, he can't really... I don't know if he knows where the army is right now, because otherwise I think you'd have your Observer just sitting over like you had before, but yeah.
Yeah, and he scans and cleans up that Observer. Getting up the Ghost energy upgrade, so he definitely wants to be sticking with these Ghosts. Just going to be swapping the Starport in the factory, getting those medevacs out as well. Or perhaps the Vikings to combat the Colossi.
Looks like Exit Light's going for his 3rd base now, a lot earlier than Epic now, of course, because we haven't seen the 3rd yet. But yeah, this is just going to give him a big macro advantage and allow more Colossi to be pumped out, and more gateway units, of course. And yeah, he's also pushing at the same time, which is kind of questionable, but I mean, just for the sake of strategy-wise, saying, right, I'm going to expand and attack at the same time, because both sides of that will be kind of weaker.
Yeah.
We'll see if he actually does completely commit to this, or if he pulls back, or if he's just kind of deciding that that push earlier on was just so weak from the Terran that it'll maybe allow him to just put some pressure back on the Terran.
Yeah, and I really don't like this push without the extended thermal lance. It feels really, really vulnerable. Exit Light's going to be using up more space, so he's going to be vulnerable to the more mobile Bioforce, especially with those medevacs coming out right now. However, I don't think that Lamau has scouted this third base, taking down his gold rocks now. I love that choice, and looks like he's just going to be content just to defend. He should be putting up a lot more gateways quite soon because he's banking a lot of minerals. He needs more production facilities, or start getting his upgrades as well.
What are the upgrades up right now? Oh, neither player has any upgrades by the looks of it, so...
Exit Light's getting his first weapons. So.
Yep.
Where's Lamau's army? Why is it in this bottom right? Just really bad positioning.
Yeah, that's not going to do anything there at all. I mean, if you're predicting that Protoss' army was going to be moving...
Oh! Scouting party on the left-hand side, going to get picked off.
Wow.
3 units. Yum.
I'm not sure if it was quite wise to send an entire scouting party over there.
Yeah.
Maybe just one Marine would have been better.
Hell, just send an SCV.
Yeah.
And it looks like that Protoss is going to be quite far ahead. He's got a small food lead, but his macro is just doing so much more work than the Terrans is at the moment.
Looks like the Terran army is out of position as well. This could be pretty bad if he chooses to engage either into that army or into the natural.
Yeah, force fields, no force fields, and no ghosts to help out either. Extended thermal lance is only about halfway done. That ground level 1 also going down. And really, the third command center for Epic Lamau just finished inside his base somewhere, and he really needs to expand heaps before. Looks like, actually, excuse me, Protoss is banking the resources. He needs to get some more gateways down, but huge engagement right here. Nice force field. It's going to be cutting off the right of escape. The Colossi are able to see the high ground and wipe it out. However, there's another force from our Terran player stimming and coming in through the back. Should be able to snipe off this first Colossi. It does go down. Force field's being put down. Actually, going to be blocking his Zealots a little bit, but it does look like that the sheer numbers of the Colossus are going to be able to wipe out the Terran army. Second Colossus going down right there.
So far, it looks like Epic Lamau just did a huge trade of army just for maybe...
I wouldn't call it a trade. Yeah,
it was pretty bad engagement from there. He engaged in a quite tight area, so...
Yep. Needs to take care of his Colossus right here. Guardian Shield should be put up right now. And the Colossus goes down.
That's what he's liking. He wasn't using those earlier. He was trying to take out the Colossi. Anyway, we will see Blanc is being pretty effective against this Protoss army. He's pulling back just because of that, I'm pretty sure.
Force field, if he doesn't want to engage, there we go. Alright, pull back. Nicely done. Really would like to see some gateway spams, and there we do see another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in production at the moment. 4, excuse me, and a robo. So he's going to be committing to these Colossi, actually banking 2,700 minerals and 1,000 gas, so he's really not on top of it. Hasn't saturated his third expansion at all, so expect for his main to be completely oversaturated. Mind out, there we do see that. Looks like that Light's just going to be pulling back, and Epic now going to be sneaking a base here to this left side.
That is quite the work transfer, as that's about 16, 8, yeah, that's 18 workers being transferred over. Obviously, the optimal amount for 8 mineral patch bases. So, yeah, he's going to be getting quite a lot of minerals out of that spot there. And this will get him back into the game income-wise. Otherwise, he'd just kind of die from not having enough bases.
Oh, I don't really think he's going to be able to get back into it. Light is actually going to be taking his high yield expansion. Love that choice.
Yeah, seeing as he's doing that.
And Lamau needs to start doing some drops. Honestly.
Did you say some drops?
He needs to be able to do some drops right now. He knows that the Protoss is going to be on like 3 or 4 base. He does see that third one. He knows about the low ground. He doesn't know about the high yield. He needs to try and overextend this Protoss army a little bit. He doesn't want to fight head on. He needs to force it to like defend his production facilities, or just like move into a position where he doesn't want to. Stim going down, attacking this third base. There are 3 cans right there. Double Stargate, feeling quite vulnerable. But it looks like the Colossus and the rest of the Protoss army are going to be able to wipe this out in time. The cannon's able to buy enough time.
Coming around the back, trapping that army in there, and really nothing the Terran army could have done there apart from running into further towards the cannons.
Yeah.
Although he did snipe all of them, just except for one. Yeah, and it looks like this will allow the Protoss army to really get that high yield set up, as another force is coming from the Terran army attacking over the other side, kind of abusing the Protoss mobility, but even then it's trapping your own units inside of the base, so... Oh, he does this.
Oh, 3 Colossus. And actually, Epic Lamau does have 1-1 just about to finish. It looks like Exit Light is also on 1-1, taking out all these gateways. and at the same time doing a drop in the main with 2 medevacs full of stuff. Looks like that this first scouting party will have to fight with all of the Protoss army. Yes, the third is also being dropped on. So mass drops, nice usage of the bio right there. He can't defend all at once. He needs to warp in, exit light that is. He needs to warp in something to be able to defend. A couple of Void Rays at the low ground expansion, I believe, if we go there. No, instead, yeah, the Void Ray does go down. However, the one in the main is actually doing a lot of damage. Here come the 5 Stalkers, not actually going to be able to compete with this, and it looks like the Exit Light is just going to be going for a straight up base trade, trying to warp in at his bases as well, but he doesn't know about this extra command center on the left hand side. It is a planetary port, which would be really hard to take down, and this is the exact situation that Lamau wanted to force. He needs to engage in small numbers and then just retreat. There we go, we do see that. And just try and take out as many production facilities in the main as he can, but it doesn't look like his units are being used in the main that well. A couple of force fields being put down, and more infantry just being streamed in constantly. A couple of bunkers still up. Needs to pull some SCVs or mules to be able to start repairing that. And it looks like only Colossi, 1 Void Ray, the Void Ray does go down. Colossi, a lot of sentries, 1 Immortal and 2 Stalkers are all that remains. All these SCVs coming into the fray. And things aren't really looking good for Exilite. He could lose this if a base trade is taken into account. Lamau actually losing all of his drop forces to these Zealots. He needs to start kiting. This is his only chance to win. Actually, he did quite a lot of damage, so I would say he's back into it. But really, he needs to use this drop force to just use it more. And all the SCV is going to be repairing this bunker. It doesn't look like it's going to be going down anytime soon. Lamau, nice defense.
It looks like Lamau is going to maybe be out of focus. There's only 2 Colossi left, so he should just be able to engage into that, and he does clean that up. There is the drop force of Epic Lamau now attacking Robo Bay at the base of Exit Light. Although there is quite a sizable army here to clean it up for Exit Light. So after that, I see the turret is on 3 base, and Protoss lost his 3rd base there, and also lost his main. So that definitely took the Terran back into the game, and like you said before, he needed to use drops to be able to get himself back into the game, and indeed he did do that.
Yeah. Keep in mind that Exilite does have the gold, a lot of gateways coming up right now. He's going to be able to spam out a lot of units. Currently he's sitting on almost 3,000 minerals. Would not mind at all if he just expanded everywhere on the map, but he really needs to scout out this left-hand side expansion. This is why the Terran has been able to stick into this game, producing a lot of Zealots right there. And actually getting a bit gas starved, he needs to get those gas guys up and running. Currently sitting on 1 gas geyser, I believe, at the natural.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like now is now starting to run out of minerals, but for Protoss, that's not the case, as he does have that gold going and the natural. So we actually have another drop force from Epic Lamau at the main. So I'm wondering what he's trying to do with that. There's really nothing left at the main to really.
All these Zealots coming in here. Kite! Oh, you let me down, Lamau.
It'd be interesting if he tries to do some drop and pick up play just to take out those Zealots, but I don't think he's going to. He's really been pretty inactive with his...
Here's an engagement. Needs to use... Oh, Colossus gets sniped straight away. All these Zealots being slowed down. Zealot charge hasn't finished. It's just going to be finishing right now. Some force fields being put down. And not the best force fields, but these Void Rays are able to do a lot of damage.
They weren't the best force fields, but they were able to kind of just reduce the retreat of that army and allow the Void Rays...
Yeah, Zealot charge now finishing. And it looks like in this new patch they are guaranteed that first hit. All these Marauders going down very quickly.
So at this point in the game, looks like, well, the income of Exilite is pretty much double the Terran's income, but I'm not quite sure if it still looks kind of like it can go either way.
Yeah, and honestly, Exit Light should have won this ages ago. It's just his macro's been slipping so hard. He had such a huge lead, and now he's got like 4,300 minerals. He could put down like 20 gates and just warp in Zealots after Zealot after Zealot. And here we do see another Zealot-heavy engagement. With that charge, it's going to be really handy. Not the best force fields right there, actually cutting off his own Zealots. Force fields need to go behind the army when you're this Zealot-heavy. The Void is still alive though, so that is good news. And Lamau going to be putting down his 3rd. Another drop force.
Found the 3rd of the of Epic Lamau, but of course Zealots versus planetary forces is not really that good.
Looks like we're going to be having a drop in the natural anytime. At any time. 3 Marauders, 2 Marines against some probes. Anytime. Oh, spotting the left-hand side expansion. Here comes Exit Light with those Void Rays. Actually going to be mass repairing this Planetary Fortress, but against the Zealots, this is going to be easy peasy Japanesey. And these Void Rays actually just charging up. Should be able to take it down really fast. And watch as the... Yeah. And it looks like that Lead Mao is going to be going for a counterattack with what little he has. And it's looking like he is going to lose a lot of production facilities. Actually, a lot of Zealots being warped